Hey, it's JC. Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban lifestyle and jungle survival. Today we're going to have a look at the MRF Tools Universal 4.0 Survival Tool Card. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to help the channel out. And if you'd like to support the channel even more, do check out my shop links in the pinned comment or description. And you can even join as a channel member. Thanks a lot. When it comes to credit card size multi-tools or survival cards like these, there's a mixed opinion. And generally, the two main criticisms are these. First is the quality of the build, so the materials and the fit and finish. The second is the functionality. Are the tools actually useful for practical application? So let's talk about these two aspects for this survival card, the Universal 4.0 made by MRF Tools out of Ukraine. Now, in terms of materials, in terms of fit and finish, the CNC cut, I think this is high quality. This is 440C steel. It's got a hardness of 52 to 54 HRC. It is nice, thick stock, very sturdy. So I think that's well made. And in terms of the finishing, the cutting and everything, yeah, this is awesome. So I would say in terms of quality, absolutely no problem. So let's talk about the functionality. Well, I'll say this about these cards. They're both the same, by the way, just in different finishing. This is a Cerakote finish. This is kind of a natural finish. There's just so much thought put into these cards, and that's something I have to respect and I have to acknowledge. They've really thought about cramming. I guess that's a positive in a survival card. They've tried to put as many different functionalities as they can within this design, and they boast over 80 different uses, and that's quite incredible. Now, if you compare this to other survival cards on the market, credit card tools like this, those almost seem like toys in terms of the materials, the fit and finish, and the thought put behind in terms of the tools. This really feels like a professional set. Again, how functional it is? Well, let's go through the tool set first. But first, I'd like to highlight some unique features about this card too, which I think no other card has. And you notice there's a slot over here, and this one doesn't. It's because it's filled up with this tool insert, right? This over here, I'm gonna just slide it open like that. It doesn't have a lock, but it does lock in place due to the design. You have a comb over here with a Phillips head driver. So that's pretty cool. And then you close it up. And on the other side here, we have a blade. And that locks again. And this is an American Tonto style blade, but it is a chisel grind. And that's because it's necessary, because it kind of slides onto the card itself. There's a saw back over here. So very utility friendly. And while this is a card, it's of course not gonna have world-class ergonomics, but you could use it, see, because it just has that kind of design for you to put your fingers. But of course, if you're gonna use hard use and you're gonna grip it tight, I would say it's probably gonna be quite painful. Maybe you wrap it with paracord first before you use it. But again, this is a survival card. So again, functionality definitely over comfort for a tool like this. And you can see how this fits in. There's actually a cutout, and then this actually has grooves. So let's close this up carefully. Now what you do is you simply grab it and you can actually pull it out, just like that. And it slots in. So it's really pretty convenient. And this is so that you can actually switch things out, because they offer different tools. You can see here we have a knife and we have a driver. Over here we've got a knife but a different style, and we've got a pair of tweezers. And here we have tweezers and a comb. And again, you get different colors. This is again with that Cerakote finish, or you can get them in that natural color. So many different options in terms of the color and the finish for the cards themselves and the tool inserts. And you buy these separately. Basically, when you order the cards, you can build the kit as you need. You could just buy this yourself separately, or you can actually have the tool inserts as well. So that is pretty cool. So there is some added functionality there. And to slot it in, you just need to make sure you line it up right. So in this case, it'll be like that. and it locks in place. As simple as that. That's really good. All right, let's talk about more functionality within here. Now you can see obvious tools. There's a parcel opener over here, bottle cap opener. There's a socket wrench. I believe this is a spoke wrench for bicycles. You have a nail puller here, open wrench box over here. And then you can see right here, there are small holes or cutouts, and these are for bit drivers. So standard bit drivers, there's a 1/4 inch, which I have over here. There's the 4mm one, and then there's the Leatherman flat bit. So basically, all you need to do is just to put it in, and there's kind of a bar which acts as a spring so that holds it in place. So different holes for the different bit drivers, and sometimes you just have to angle it so that that metal bar presses on it. So nice functionality. Would you actually use this in your daily EDC use in this way? I highly doubt so. But if it's an emergency and this is your backup of a backup, a redundancy item, I think that's pretty cool, and that works very well. Now, there are many more tools, and I'm not going to go through every single one. To me, it's an education just to try to figure out the different tools and then learn how to use them. There's a knife angle kind of gauge so that you can figure out your knife sharpening angle for your knife. If you're sharpening it, there is a sundial. That's right. You take a toothpick, you put it in here, you can actually, tell the time. There is a method to do that. I tried it out. It is pretty cool. Really amazing in terms of different features, as I said, of what they've put in besides the obvious ones. Now, it does come with like instructions as well as the different tools. I wish they would do a video actually of showing all the different uses. Some, I would say, more practical than the others. Of course, you got different drivers. You have almost a loop carabiner. This made me chuckle a bit. A semi-sharp hatchet. I mean, I guess you could if you really need it, and in a survival situation, maybe. Again, it's the thought process put in and not necessarily just the exact application until you really need it in a survival situation. So again, I'm not going to go through that. I will give you the website link in the description and you can check it out. So who is this tool for and how would you use it? I see this tool and any kind of credit card survival tool really as a backup redundancy, a backup of a backup to me, right? I'll never use it as a primary tool, but it doesn't take up too much space. It's not that heavy, and just having it in my emergency pouch may be an added tool for redundancy. I see no harm in that. And another thing I see this is a great gift as a learning tool for different applications. So if you are thinking of buying a gift for someone, they're into EDC or survival, bushcraft, or even kids who are into scouting, and you just want them to, I guess, learn different applications of things, I think this is a great gift. Maybe for kids, of course, you won't include the knife. Maybe you could use the tweezers and the comb, for example. That will work out well. And I think this is something that is a great learning tool. Really opened my eyes for some of the applications, and also just to see the thinking of the design and how that's possible within just a small piece of metal like that, but able to have so much functionality. So those are my thoughts on the 4.0. I should mention they also have a 3.0, which is, I guess, the predecessor. It is very similar to the 4.0, but I think the biggest difference is there's actually a sharp blade. So one side is a sharpened chisel ground blade. So this one, I believe they tried to design it to be TSA friendly. So they took out the blade, although there's still some sharp points. So it really depends, I guess. They also have a handle, which I thought was pretty cool. And that can actually bolt on. I'm not going to bolt it on, but just to give you an example. So it bolts on like that. So that now you have a handle. If you want to use the knife, you can kind of do that. I think it's a nice thought. I mean, they did it. How practical, again, I probably won't carry the handle as it's another piece of metal. It's pretty heavy. So I would say the card by itself is great. So that's the 3.0. There is the 4.0. So do check out the links in the description and check it out. I think that's a pretty unique item. Well, let me know what you think of these survival cards by MRF Tools. Do you think they have a place in an emergency survival pouch? Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.